Well, like, what have you learned from working with Talib?
Whew, what have I not? Man, I've learned to read more. Just being around him, he's an avid reader. I've learned that, being on time, responding to people immediately, things that I already knew, but it's just like, and he's taught me how important relationships are and how building them are, and being honest with yourself, being honest with the people, staying true to yourself. He's reconfirmed a lot of stuff that was already implemented in my lifestyle. But man, the man is dope.
Yeah, I mean, me and Talib go back like 12 years. I mean, when we just did our interview, he was talking about my Tupac mixtapes from like 2004. Like, I mean, you really can't discount relationship.
You can't
in this type of business.
And he was telling me about you earlier. Yeah, how long he's known you and everything. That's dope.
Oh yeah, no, it's been a very mutually respectful relationship for quite a while. Now, coming from Chicago, I listen to your music. It's not like drill.
No.
And it doesn't. But when you look at sort of the dominant form of music in Chicago, it is drill. It is violent. Mm-hmm. When you look at the biggest artists that come from there, and when you look at the environment, unfortunately, it kind of mirrors that. I mean, what's your take on that?
As far as what the content that's coming out, and you can look at it from, I could sit here and say, because I did a Chirac remix where, I got a lot of support, but I got some people, they was kind of came at me sideways for it too, because in the end, I say I'm from Chicago, I'm anti-Chirac. So like, I can look at it like, man, why are you guys uplifting this? You guys shouldn't be doing this, and this. But then, I'm also cool with some of them guys, and I know that they're speaking from a place of honesty. That's what they experience. That's what they see. So who am I to judge? But at the end of the day, when you have that platform, you do have to be mindful of what you say and what you put out there and what you speak into existence. So I make it a point to stay away from that. You know what I'm saying? And not project that negative energy. It's sad.
Yeah, I mean, why do you think that there is such a violence problem in Chicago? I mean, it's like every year it's always like a record number of shootings, a record number of murders.
I think that poverty has something to do with it, contributes to it. I think that a lot of the public schools were closed in Chicago. I think that has something to do with it. They took away the music programs. I also think the fact that it's like blasted on media how Chicago is this, Chirac is this, that some of the guys want to keep living up to it. You know what I mean? They look at that like the attention we get for our violence, I feel like they glorify it. So I think it's more done to kind of amplify that, you know what I mean? And to kind of uphold the name. Like it's so many reasons and so many different things. Like we could talk about this for days. I can't really make it to be one thing. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And then we got this, like right now, it's a lot of attention on Chicago for the violence, for the music, for the artists, you know what I'm saying? And, and there's some guys out there that simply just want to make a name for themselves. Like, it ain't even like they trying to get money. You know what I'm saying? It's like they just want a name. They want to look good on social media. Niggas posting guns and, like, that's stupid to me. Like, if I did choose that life, like, I wouldn't be posting guns and shit. I think that's dumb. I think it's self-incriminating. And some of these guys don't have any guidance. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've interviewed a lot of the Chicago artists, and recently I interviewed Rico Reckless, and he told me that
the social media fucking Chicago up. Oh my God! You want to talk about that? Social media getting more niggas killed than anything else. Especially in Chicago, cause Chicago niggas dumb. They go, whoa, where you at right now, bitch ass nigga? I'm right here. Niggas pull right up and smoke your ass.
Yeah, and I think people think it's a game, and it's not. It's not a game. and posting that stuff and your location and, and then you end up dead because somebody saw where you were, It don't take and a lot of people, I notice that they'll be like, oh, that, he lame, he ain't gonna do nothing, or you don't have to be like strong to take somebody out. You just have to have access to the gun. You could be a coward. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take much, and people, I think they don't take that as seriously. You know what I'm saying? How anybody could just get a gun and yeah.
Yeah, and you could buy guns for like $20 in Chicago, from what I hear.
I mean, for what I hear, the cops drop off boxes of guns in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, that's what I hear. Yeah, they,
Wow.
it's a whole setup. Like, they have access to these guns so easily. And I do think, I wouldn't put it past the cops to be dropping off boxes.
Yeah, I mean, definitely what's happening in Jamaica. I mean, if you talk about your heritage, with all the guns in Jamaica, and then how the gangs are tied to the political parties and everything else like that, it almost mimics what's happening over there.
Yeah, definitely. And if, the cops have to arrest a certain amount of people, they have quotas that they have to meet. So why wouldn't they? You know what I'm saying? They don't care.
No doubt. So what's next for you?
What's next for me? I'm getting ready to put out my very first album. It's going to be called Here for a Reason. It's coming out. It's going to drop sometime in January. I have a new single coming next month featuring BJ the Chicago Kid. I'm just really excited. I last September, I thought I was out of here because I got hit by a drunk driver. And, he hit me. He was going over 100 miles per hour. My car spent, then flipped twice, and I landed upside down in the exit ramp. So that's where the title of my album came from, Here for a Reason. So I'm just excited to be able to get this music out, to the people and, express myself and hopefully empower and uplift in the process.
So besides BJ the Chicago Kid, who else is on the album?
Talib, of course.
Of course.
Tweet, oh, she is one of my favorite singers. She's on the album.
Wait, Tweet is on your album?
Yes.
Wow, I haven't heard that name since like, what was her big song? Oops.
Oops, oh my. Yeah. But she dropped the album this year. She went on tour and everything. She doing her thing again. It's called Charlene. But it's a producer in Chicago, Seasick. He made a beat and he had sampled Tweet. It's a song she have called Beautiful. He sampled it. And I heard the beat and I'm like, oh, I gotta use this because I'm a huge fan of Tweet. But then I was in London with Kweli and we were listening to it because I had recorded and everything. He like, yo, we should take the sample off and get Tweet to sing that part. And so one thing led to another, and she hit me. She said she loved the song. She happy to be a part of my journey, and she did it. And that's like one of my favorite songs on the album. So yeah, I have her. I have Scotty ATL from Atlanta. Mm-hmm. I have Nyree and Kendra Ross. It's like 6 features, but yeah.